last time we'll ask Jeff. Any chance we'll see number 4, number 9?
Well, I don't want to give away too many things since it's the last game and we're at this point. But if they've been able to practice and get through that, we'll play them in the game. If not, that'll determine that. And we've got quite a few other guys that this week have not practiced much. A few of them try to get out there today. I think things went well to this point. So we're going to go out there with the guys that are able to play, and some guys that are nicked up. I'm sure they'll give it a good effort. But we've got to go out there and try to play hard and execute and try to win the game.
Bowler and Worship, any chance? I mean, they're seniors. I mean, are they falling under that same umbrella, I guess?
Well, Richie, he tried to give it a go, and I don't think he can. Health-wise, he can't do it, and Tario has kind of somewhat been in the same boat. So both guys have done a great job and been great contributors to our team throughout the last couple years, and been good leaders. And it's unfortunate because they're two really good players, but you play with the cards you're dealt, and I think those guys have been great ambassadors, and we wish them nothing but the best.
Any clarity as far as seniors, who's going through? And you said Monday, don't put too much stock in it. Is there any change in that from
No,
Monday?
we've got a couple guys, not many, but a couple guys that whether they go through senior day or not, they're going to take a little time to figure out what they're going to do when it comes to coming back and playing or moving on or going to the next step. So we try not to rush them and give them some time, but whether or not they go in senior day really won't be a 100% determinant of if they're coming back.
Can you say who that is?
Well, guys like Elijah Sindlar and Lorenzo O'Neill probably are the two main ones, and even when you look at Richie Worship and a few others that it doesn't look likely on some, but you never know. So we just don't want to determine that yet.
Is Bailey gone for sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Did Lorenzo re-injure himself last week?
I'm not at liberty to say anything on that aspect. I don't want to. I think he tried to give it a go. He could not get it to where he's at, and due to respecting his privacy, we want to make sure we get him as healthy as we can and get him back where he can feel good and function and play football.
So Alex Criddle working with the D-line. I guess he's going to be D-line for his one last go as a Boiler.
Well, Alex, you know what? He's been a great ambassador as well for the program. He's well liked by his teammates. He gives us great effort. He's been able to do a lot of things for us, and he has a bright future whenever he does. He's kind of been more of a backup here lately on the O-line, and that really hasn't got in maybe the last couple games. And on the D-line, we need some more mass and some weight, so we wanted to give him a run the last game, see if he can help us there.
What's after Saturday? What's the plan for you and the coaching staff from a recruiting standpoint, and kind of the runway up to signing day at the middle of December?
Well, this December is going to be busy, and normally there's a 3-week period before this early signing day after your last regular season game. This year with 2 byes and how the calendar worked, there's really just 2. So it'll be nonstop, and it'll start Sunday and then go all the way up until the dead period, which is 2 weeks after that. And myself and all of our coaches will be all over doing our part to try to keep the commitments we have, and also improve the team with anybody new that we think can help us, and we're going to look long and hard at that and work hard at it.
Yeah, are you expecting a full class of what you can get from a maximum standpoint numbers wise for the 2020, and that would include the guys that are committed and also grad and JUCO guys?
Well, we're going to do our best to maximize that, and I don't know where exactly it'll be at, but we want to do our best to do that. I think it's important that we work hard to evaluate our team and help our team get better, and we don't want to take anything for granted, and we want to develop the guys we have, and we want to get the young guys in here, but we do want to look at bringing some older players in here as far as transfers, graduate transfers, junior college players, guys that have played that maybe can come in and compete right off the bat, possibly be a starter, but compete and try to help this team be better next year.
You've had the luxury the last couple of years of having the bowl practices in December to not only work with preparing for the bowl game, but also continuing to work the younger guys. Without that, where do they get that experience? Where do they get those repetitions? Where does all that come from now?
Well, that's something that we'll miss, and that's unfortunate. I do think that for us, it's going to be a matter of getting as many guys healthy as we can, and getting guys in the weight room and strong and strong and strong, and put on some weight and mass and get in great condition, and that's going to be the emphasis. Right. And then I think we'll maximize the spring practice dates and get plenty of people work. And we're going to have long, hard practices and make sure that that is done. But we've got to get everyone's body the way it needs to be, and they've got to understand that, if you want to win at a high level, especially in this conference with our schedule, everyone has to do everything in their power to get it done. And you can't just turn it on during the season. You can't just turn it on when it's practice time during spring practice. No, it has to be a year-round thing. And, obviously you have a few breaks here and there, but it's got to be year-round that everybody is putting forth the best effort they can to improve themselves and get better, and we need to make sure that happens.
Can you do more in the weight room then, like in December and in January, as opposed to maybe what you would have done with bowl practices?
Well, there's certain rules on far as how much time you have to have off from that, so we'll abide by that, but we will maximize getting back and getting to that right away as soon as we can. And there are some guys that with that need to get healed, but we need to get to work, and there's a lot of guys that need to hammer away at that, and we got to make sure we have a detailed plan, and we're on it as strength coaches and position coaches, and we're making sure it happens and monitor that daily and making sure progress is being made.
Hey, David Blau, what do you think?
You know what? I'm happy for David. Couldn't happen to a better guy. Being a quarterback in the NFL is being at the right place at the right time, and I'm hopeful that he takes advantage of it. You know what? He's worked extremely hard. I think he's got good poise and composure. I texted him earlier this morning, and I hope he goes out and takes advantage of his opportunity. I think I squeezed out about 6 or 7 years in the NFL, and I never got a start in a regular season game. So when you get it, you got to take advantage of it, and I think he will. I think he'll play hard. Hopefully his teammates rally behind him, and I'm hopeful that he plays well.
But I guess to do it on this day, on this stage,
well,
national TV and the whole thing.
Yeah, the Lions on Thanksgiving Day is a special day, so I'm looking forward to watching it a little bit today and hoping he does well, but I'm happy for him.
What did you say in your text?
I didn't want to put too much pressure, just kind of short and concise. Just making sure he goes out there and plays tough and plays hard with poise and composure and cuts it loose. And just best of luck. But I think I'm sure he's getting plenty of those, and he'll be fine.